Assalamu alaikum. If you're anything like me, that means you're living in the UK, you're busy with work commitment, perhaps you've got a business, your career, you've got your schedule filled with so many different things. You're struggling to find time where to fit your religion, your deen, your prayers, your Quran, learning Islamic knowledge, perhaps learning Arabic. In this video, I'm going to share the tips and tricks that I use being a business owner in the UK, trying to manage my religion in it as well.
Let's get straight into it. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi ma ba'd. First, I want you to understand you own all of your time. And that might sound kind of cliche, but it's true. You decide what you want to do with your time at any given moment. Right now, you're deciding to watch this video because that's what you think will bring you about the most benefit during this time. Now, obviously, sometimes you'll have your boss or you'll have your spouse giving you instructions and responsibilities and tasks to do. But the overlying factor is it's you who gets to decide what you do with your time. So the excuse of, oh, I don't have enough time to do X action, let's say specifically within the Quran, for example, it's not true. Rather, you do have time without a shadow of a doubt, but you just decide to use that time in other things, which is fine. But this concept, understanding this, changed the way I look at time management. That if I understand that I am in control of every single second that I have, then I can't say I don't have enough time. Number two, and this is great, is having a daily highlight. I like to call it the daily highlight principle. Is you set out 5-10 minutes at the beginning of your day to set out a specific task which is going to be the highlight of that day. For example, for me right now, today is recording, editing, and scheduling, publishing this video. If you look at the opposite of this, if you don't set out a daily highlight, something that you're going to do specifically for that day, then that day is just going to go and continue. And you're going to have all of these ideas whizzing around in your head, and they're just going to stay there. You're not going to get anything done. Now, remember, it's daily highlight. One thing, not two, not three, but just one. Number three is protected time. There should be a portion of your day where you set it out completely for yourself, and you can do whatever you want in that time. There's no one can contact you, no one can set you on your responsibilities, no one can come and chat to you unless you go ahead and chat with them first. This is your time. This is you, where you just are uninterrupted, and you can spend that time doing whatever you want. For me personally, I have a slot early in the morning which I don't want to be talked to by anyone, and I like to focus that time to my Quran, and that's my protected time. Likewise, you want to have a protected time where everybody who should know you knows, guys, during, for example, 8 to 12, you cannot get in touch with me. Number four is Parkinson's law. It goes as how much ever time you put out to complete a task, you will stretch out that task to take up that much time. Let's say I've got a wall to paint, and on average it takes about 20 minutes to paint that wall. If I've set out 3 hours, I'm naturally just going to spend 3 hours painting that wall. Give yourself ample amount of time to do that task, whatever task it may be, but do not allow yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to spend 3 hours on such a task where you may not need 3 hours. Number five, we segue nicely into time blocking. This is something which I heard from one of my teachers, Maran, may Allah bless him, and it's simply, as the name says, you block time out in your calendar to do specific tasks. Now, here's something really crucial. We already spoke about so many different aspects with regards to your day. Block out time for your daily highlight. You also have your protective time. Block that time out. You can do this simply, go on Google Calendar, make a block, or you can write it out. For example, what I've got here, I've got an actual daily planner. This is fresh week, so it's blank. And I would actually write down the blocks of my time, what I need to do on physical paper. Now, the reason I do it on physical paper is because I know myself that I would get easily distracted. I can't go on my phone with the excuse, I just need to check what's on my calendar, and I'm going to go and have a scrolling session on YouTube or whatever. But what I want to do is make sure I try and minimize distractions as much as possible. So I like to have it on a physical copy with a pen, physically writing it down. And when I complete a specific task, I tick it off. That's what I like to do. But blocking time can do it any capacity you want. And a lot of people, they use Google Calendar, for example, and they block out their times. And this leads us nicely to our last one, satisfaction at the end of the day. Now, when you're blocking your time, obviously you're a person who has great ambitions, you're super busy, you can't just have one thing you're going to do in the entire day. That's fine, right? You have to, even myself, I have to do more than one thing every single day in order to survive and progress. But you want to make sure that at the end of each day, you're not a person like me who goes in their bed and thinks for half an hour. Here I did record that one video, but I was also planning to record 11 other reels. I was planning to record this thing. I was wanting to memorize this much Quran. And just carry on going in your head and again and again. And you'll never be satisfied. And this actually reminded me of the hadith of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he said that if the children of Adam were given the mountain in gold, they would not be satisfied. They would want another one. The Messenger is teaching us that we're always hungry for more and more. Even if you were to complete everything on your to-do list, you will still not feel satisfied. So try your utmost best, whether you complete the task on your to-do list, or even if it's just your daily highlight, go to bed satisfied. And that's really, really important, because you need that good night's rest in order to come back stronger the next day, so they can go ahead, complete that daily principle and the to-do list on that specific day. Hope you guys benefited and enjoyed. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one, inshallah ta'ala. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.